afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Acabino back here at the field at Norristown Area High School, bringing you Norristown boys varsity lacrosse versus Neshaminy. Underway here in the first quarter. Neshaminy with the possession. As you can see now, the pace of play is not very quick so far. Neshaminy is not doing much. Hit there by Norristown, good way to jab the ball away. Loose ball, whistle. There goes a late hit by a Norristown player there on Neshaminy. And we'll see where the possession goes to right now. It should be with Neshaminy, and true to form it is. Shot taken there, skips off wide. Out of ball. Out of bounds there on Norristown, so it'll come right back to Neshaminy. So far in this opening quarter, Neshaminy's taken one shot on net. Not very many shots so far, but Neshaminy's aggressive. As we see right there, first goal, Neshaminy strikes first blood. Sooner or later, if you let, just like in hockey, lacrosse, almost the same strategy and passing, and it works there to the advantage of Neshaminy. Great pass right there, great play, great attack on offense, and that got them on the board first. Here's the draw. Neshaminy scoops it up. Behind the net, the player from Neshaminy throws it back out in front. Ball's loose on the ground. Norristown tries to pick it up. Loose ball there again. Possession back to Neshaminy. Great passing so far and great teamwork so far by Neshaminy. They're passing the ball a lot in this situation, and they're getting through Norristown's defense. Here comes Norristown, though, the other way, picking up the loose ball. Pass out. Shot just wide of the net. Neshaminy throws it back in play, moves it downfield quickly. Nice pass in the box area, pass out in front. Neshaminy shoots, and another goal right there for Neshaminy. 2-0 now, Neshaminy over Norristown. 2 quick goals here in the first quarter. And right now, Neshaminy has dominated the ball. Norristown has not had many possessions so far. Neshaminy, again, demonstrating really good passing skills, and they're really aggressive on offense, and they're not shy about it either. Neshaminy throws it back around. And that ball trickles in. Goal number 3, 3-0 now, Neshaminy. It looks like Neshaminy is dialed in. They've got their set offense. They're playing really aggressive right now. Norristown's defense has got to step up a little bit and attack the offensive player. Right now, there's not that much emphasis being placed on the players on Neshaminy, and it's really hurting Norristown at this point. Got to be a little bit more aggressive on defense. Here comes Neshaminy the other way. Ball finds its way in the net once again. Quickly, it's 4-0 Neshaminy. And Norristown has not had the ball in a while. They've had one possession so far since the beginning of the game, and that's it. They've only touched the ball once. And it's really starting to become an urgency now that Norristown gets back, at least on their heels a little bit. Off the draw there, Neshaminy will get possession and once again go on the offensive attack. They have been successful so far. Out in front, stopped by the goaltender for Norristown, and pass there almost picked. Finally is Neshaminy, takes a shot just wide, and almost another goal right there. If that player for Neshaminy had a little bit better balance, he would have had another goal right there. So Norristown catches a big break right there. Here comes Neshaminy once again. Great job right there of cradling the ball and the cross. Good cradle handling by the Neshaminy offense. Pass towards the backfield. Norristown's defender trying to knock the ball loose. That's a common strategy here. You'll probably see it throughout the game. Players trying to nudge their opponent, check the stick a little bit, or cross as it's called, and get the ball to come loose. And as we were speaking there, Neshaminy scores once again. It's 5-0 Neshaminy. Well, if you just joined us, this is Norristown Boys Varsity Lacrosse here on NASD TV. Steve Acavino taking you through this game, and Norristown is down 5-0 to Neshaminy, and Norristown has got to get something going offensively. Right now, they've not had too many possessions. Only had one so far. It's been all Neshaminy here. Neshaminy inside the box, takes a shot. That one just goes wide, bounces off a defender. Ball will trickle out of bounds. Nice pass out in front. Neshaminy player takes a shot. Good save there by the goaltender for Norristown. Ball loose on the ground. Neshaminy trying to pick it up. Finally does. Moves inside. Moves outside. Tries to pass in. That's unsuccessful. Broken up by the defense of Norristown. Ball rolls loose, and Neshaminy picks it right back up. A lot of checking there by Norristown's defender. Neshaminy offensive player takes a spill, and the ball rolls loose. All right. After the whistle, Neshaminy takes back the ball, and we're on their offensive attack again. And their strategy is paying off so far. It's not a tough strategy that they have. It's very simple. Back out in front. Nice hit there by a Norristown player. Knocks Neshaminy right off his legs. Ball comes loose again. Neshaminy comes up with it. Ball comes loose and Norristown will get it to it. Long pass downfield. That ball will roll out of bounds. Well, we have a minute here that Neshaminy strategy I was talking about earlier, this is very simple. The passing that they have is extraordinarily good at this point. They're just getting their players out in front of the net. They're using a man behind the net and at each of the corner of the box. And the front of the net is the area called the box. And right now they're playing really well in there. Good passing. Playing very simple strategy, and it's paying off right now. Defense has got to do something, and the offense has got to get a spark going to kind of give Neshaminy something to think about, because right now they're on autopilot. No question about it. All right. Great teamwork, great passing. Neshaminy continues very patient on offense. Notice they're not rushing for shots. They're waiting for the opportunity to open, and right there, another opportunity opens up and another goal for Neshaminy to make that 6-0 Neshaminy. And again, it's just the patience that pays off. It's right now, patience and passing are two things that Neshaminy is doing really well. And Norristown's having trouble finding their offensive scheme right now. When Neshaminy makes one move, Norristown seems to be thrown off on defense on the other. And it's tough for them right now to find out what Neshaminy is going to do. Or what their next move is. Behind the net pass. All right, Neshaminy again setting up their offense. Norristown's defense trying to do everything in their power to stop this offense. Ball's not just getting loose for them. Finally, it comes loose, and Norristown will pick up the possession. Ball scooped up by the goaltender for Neshaminy, then they'll move it right back the other way. So Norristown trying to go with a strategy of long passes to get the ball moved out of their end, and it's been unsuccessful. Not getting enough players downfield in time. That strategy I wouldn't really go with at this point. it results in what we just saw there. The goaltender gets to it first, and the ball's coming back the other way. But here comes Norristown. They have another opportunity to move upfield. Let's see if they can start getting their passing game together. Maybe set something up. Here comes Norristown, breaks through 2 defenders, and we have a whistle. All right, Neshaminy started to move the ball around before a whistle. Right now, Neshaminy's up by 6 goals, 6-0 over Norristown. Windy and cloudy afternoon at Norristown Area High School. Steve Acavino, glad to be with you. Bringing you Norristown boys from Varsity Lacrosse versus Neshaminy. Out in front, shot by Neshaminy and a goal. So make that 7-0. And again, the offense for Neshaminy High School just continues to pound Norristown's defense. It almost seems if there's a will, there's a way right now. They're finding a lot of open opportunities, and they're making them count at this point. It's really hard to sit here and watch Norristown really get attacked like this on defense. They have to tighten up a little bit. Here's the draw. Norristown almost had it there on the face-off. That ball will roll out of bounds. Norristown will get the ball back. In all fairness to this Norristown team, a lot of these players are new, first-time players, you know, or haven't played in the league much. And they're playing a lot more experienced teams like Neshaminy in high school, who's had a ton of, you know, probably a lacrosse team for a while now. And Norristown's program is relatively new. So, you know, our hats are off to the players who go out there and are, you know, putting as much effort as they can and putting it on the line out there. So we have to be fair to them. But now Norristown is on offense. Let's see if they can get that passing going, as we talked about earlier. And maybe a goal here or a goal there will get things going for them. You never know. Shot taken, and as I mentioned, it doesn't take much. Goal for Norristown, 7-1 now. Norristown is on the board. And right there, again, that was great patience there. Norristown had an open opportunity, and they took the shot. They didn't rush it there. They executed that play very well. Ball loose off the face-off, and Neshaminy picks it up. All right, whistle sounds. All right, teams have switched sides. All right, Neshaminy will come up with the ball. And they'll go once again into their offensive strategy. Just moving the ball around the box. It's pretty simple, and they've been doing it well so far today. There we go. We see nice little passes around. Pass inside. Back out in front, shot, and score right there. Neshaminy again demonstrating the pass play. It's working very well for them. And it just takes those short little passes to one teammate to another. You get a guy open in the slot right in the middle, as they call it in hockey, and takes a shot. And it worked out well for him there. So now we add another goal to the board for Neshaminy. It's now 8-1. Well, have another face-off. We can tell that just from that Neshaminy has members of their team that have been playing for a while because their fundamentals are sharp and they're executing them flawlessly at this point. There's another pass behind the net. Out in front, another shot, just wide. But as you can see right now, the two offensive players that are behind Norristown's goal right now are drawing the defensive players around for Norristown. Norristown's defensive players are chasing those two offensive players that are setting up behind the net. That allows more offensive players to come into the box area, get out in front of the net, and allow them to make a pass from behind the net, and that's why Neshaminy's been so successful. They're drawing Norristown's defense around right now, and Norristown has had trouble catching up. And again, right there, shot, open right there, and another goal, 9-1 Neshaminy. And again, they just continue to put pressure and to draw Norristown's players away from where they should be in their positioning. And it's really tough to find it because Neshaminy is playing at a really high level at this point. So that'll make it 9-1 now, Neshaminy. And we'll meet at midfield once again. Norristown has just got to stay calm. They have to look for new and different strategies that will get them a few more goals here on the board. Offsides on Neshaminy. Here comes Norristown. Out in front, the ball's loose. Neshaminy comes up with it. Pass back. That ball comes loose again. That pass was just missed. But Neshaminy player right there picks it up. Takes two hits from Norristown, but good job of keeping the ball in the cross. Again, it's important to be a good stick handler, good cradle handler, as they call it. And again, coming up, another goal for Neshaminy on that possession. It's 10-1. Neshaminy. And we look a lot at lacrosse as being similar in some ways to hockey with some of the different penalties, some of the rules. And obviously we know the differences, you know, in not being played on an ice surface and not having as much padding here. So when you take some of these shots, especially in the legs, it can be very hard. You can feel a lot of pain. Even from the National Lacrosse League that maybe a lot of you watch on TV, they're watching this today, we see the goaltenders in full pads. These goaltenders don't have that. And that's one big disadvantage for them. So they're taking the full force of every hit and every ball that comes off, you know, from the player's cross. So let's see, Neshaminy goes back to work. Again, we see that offensive player setting up behind the net. He'll retreat, pass. Back out, flip it back behind the net. See that nice little pass right behind him? They're keeping their players close enough that they can just move the ball continually around. Shot just wide. Ball out in front, loose. Picked up. Norristown has it. Ball's loose again. Norristown tries to pick it up, unsuccessful. Second time is good. Norristown has it. Ball comes loose, scooped right back up. Again, ball's loose, and we have a whistle. All right, well, remain Norristown's ball. All right, Norristown trying to get something going offensively right now. As we can see, Neshamine's defense is putting a lot of pressure on them right now. And as you can see, pushing them further away from the box area. Norristown then has to kind of regroup. Two defenders there, knock the ball loose. Norristown tries to come up with it, and Neshaminy gets it right back. Nice job there by the Neshaminy defender who had a read on that play. Ball comes loose. Neshaminy gets control, and they're back on the offense. Play out in front. Right in front, shot taken. And another goal. Make that 11-1. If we had a freeze frame, or at least a recap of every goal that Neshaminy has scored, it has looked almost the same, because their point of attack has been the same all game.